I'm not feeling that hot right now. I just got done eating at O'Charlie's, and their mac and cheese does not like me, and I didn't know I wasn't gonna like it, so that's why I'm not as hype about saying this or even reporting it, is because I don't feel good. So, but damn, let's get into it. At least I'm not talking about Sony. I'll give them that. I could be talking about Sony in this video, but we're gonna talk about another company that has been fucking up just as hard, but for less time. If you're a die-hard fan of said developer, then you're not really flipping your shit like everybody else is, or maybe you are. Only you're now coming to terms with the fact that Bethesda has always had really glitchy, really buggy, really stupid shit in their games like that. Instead of fixing it, they keep it. Hell, Skyrim is the #1 game from Bethesda because it's on every fucking thing. Do you think they fixed a bug in that game at all because they've re-released it so many times? Of course not. This is Bethesda we're talking about. So what is the newest shit going down with Bethesda? Well, apparently Bethesda is trying to pull a fast one by doing the ultra wide mode for PC gamers and letting those with those really wide ass fucking screens have the ultra wide setting. The only problem with this is it's still a native screen at 16:9 instead of what was it, 22:15 or some shit like that. I can't remember the exact numbers. The link will be in the description below for you to go get those numbers. But they're stretching the 16:9, so it's not even a actual ultra size, which is what they call it, I believe. It's not even true. Bethesda, this is not the time to be making these mistakes, especially on a fucking machine that they can call you on after you do it. Why would you even attempt that? That makes no sense to me. I mean, if I'm gonna pull some random shit like that, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be on the Xbox or PS4 because not that many people look that heavily into it. But we're talking about another console here. This isn't the same thing as the Xbox or PS4 or even the Wii. This is PC. Something you use, something you utilize in all kinds of shit and all kinds of tricks and trips and shit with a PC that you can't do on console. These are not the same customers. Why would you even attempt to treat them as such? Because that's what I look at it as. A PC gamer knows way more about frame rate, knows way more about screen ratios than your average console gamer like PS4 and Xbox One. Sure, we know a little bit, but not no more than like how you get the best picture for cable to come through. That's about as far as our knowledge goes. When it comes to people who are native PC and that's all they do, man, their knowledge is so much more advanced than that because they use that computer for everything. Not just playing your games, but everything. They can dig into the fine crystals of the sand and break those bitches apart to see where you fucked up, literally. Bethesda and Sony seem to be the only things I can talk about because everybody else is just chilling, you know, relaxing in the back and, you know, going, let's watch this train wreck that is the PlayStation 1 Classic. And Bethesda continually fuck up with Fallout 76, which is a game that should have been relatively easy for Bethesda to do. I'm not talking on the grounds of the new way to play it. I'm talking on the grounds of they should have taken more care of it because it is their IP. It is their original content here that they themselves created. And to see them do the same thing we have seen Sony do this generation is kind of irritating. Square Enix, I hope you're watching because this is not going to fly. This is not going to be good. And one more little piece of advice. Folks over at Netherworld, or NetherRealm. NetherRealm is the people who did the Mortal Kombat game. That is a game that I have grown up with. I am 34 years old. I have played every iteration of Mortal Kombat there has been. mainstream canon story or side story. It doesn't matter. My point is this: I've played them all. If you go to the Mortal Kombat page on Xbox One website, it tells you for pre-ordering, you get Shao Kahn. You get Shao Kahn. How do you pronounce his name? Shao Kahn or Shao Kahn? He is a pre-order character. What the fuck? He is a canon character who has been with the franchise since the second game. Do not do this. This actually will backfire on you, NetherRealm. Look what's going on with Bethesda. Look what's happening with Sony. Do not do this to yourself. Do not take main line characters, main story canon characters that have been with the franchise since the first or second and make them DLC. We will see NetherRealm. I want to say Netherworld. NetherRealm, we will see you through the scope and go, next company to succumb to dumb shit. And the blowback will not be small because this, like Fallout 76, is a big title. Everyone knows it. And the reason I said Square Enix, because Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out at the end of January. At the end. So you technically still have a month before you even have to think about worrying about some shit. You still have a month and some change. If any of the shit that's going on with Fallout 76 is remotely caught in your game, you better take it out now. Because the amount of time people have been waiting on this game versus the amount of bullshit we've seen come back from EA, Blizzard, Bethesda, and even Sony at this point, they will call you. They will call you and it will hurt you. Because look what's going on with Bethesda. Look at the PR disaster. Look at Sony, PR disaster. Blizzard, PR disaster. You do not need Kingdom Hearts 3 to be a PR disaster. A game you sat back and will have wished you never released, because if it turns into that, I don't know if you're going to be able to keep going. I already reported once from you this year, you had a really good supporting ecosystem for the Switch, and then what'd you do? You fucked it up with The World Ends With You Final Mix being a sack of shit. So don't do it to yourself. Don't think that just because people have been waiting over 10 years for fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, we're gonna let you get away with some bullshit like that. You better start using your fucking head. And if you got any of that shit in there, you got over a month right now. Get it the fuck out, okay? And that's it, man. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. And like I said, this video is a little bit different pace, as you can tell. I'm just not feeling well. When I do the next video, whenever that may be, I will be back to myself.